Day 24, Genesis chapter 35, 36, and 37. Hi, is today your first time with us? Welcome. I share personal lessons that I call whispers after reading the Holy Bible based on a chronological reading plan. At the end of the presentation, you will see the next reading for the coming day. We will begin with Jacob setting up a stone pillar where God had spoken to him. He poured a drink offering on it. He poured oil on it. This wasn't a temple. It wasn't a cathedral. It was just a place where God showed up. Jacob marked moments, not moods. He didn't wait until life was perfect. He didn't wait until all family problems were resolved. He acknowledged God in the middle of uncertainty. Many of us are waiting for everything to align before we recommit to faith, to purpose, to discipline, to growth. But Jacob teaches us that progress begins when we honor God where we are, not where we hope to be. Sometimes your pillar is simply choosing consistency again. Sometimes it's deciding not to forget what God already brought you through. Then the story takes a sharp turn. Reuben, Jacob's firstborn, sleeps with his father's concubine. The text is brief, almost uncomfortable in its simplicity, and Israel heard of it. That's it. No immediate confrontation. No dramatic punishment. Silence does not mean approval. Reuben's action would later cost him his birthright. The consequence didn't come immediately, but it came surely. Private decisions shape public outcomes. What we tolerate in secret eventually affects our future, our influence, our leadership, our peace. But this is also an encouragement. It's not too late to correct direction before consequences compound. Soon, we learn that Esau settled in the hill country of Seir. It sounds like a geographical note, but it's deeply emotional if you remember the history. Esau once wanted what Jacob had. He resented the blessing he lost. But now, Esau builds his own life elsewhere. Sometimes growth means accepting a different path without bitterness. Not everyone who walks away is defeated. Not everyone who chooses a different route has failed. And to anyone who keeps replaying what could have been, I hope this teaches you that sometimes peace comes when you stop fighting for what was never meant to stay in your hands. Buried in genealogy is a sentence most people skim past. Anna discovered hot springs in the desert while tending his father's donkeys. No altar, no prophecy, just a young man doing routine work and noticing something valuable. Breakthroughs often come to people who are attentive in ordinary assignments. Anna wasn't looking for greatness. He was simply present. God wastes nothing. Even discovery begins with diligence. Next we come across Joseph and his bold dreams. His brothers burn with jealousy. But we also read that his father kept the matter in mind. Jacob didn't fully understand Joseph, but he didn't dismiss him either. Not everyone who believes in you will know how to show it perfectly, but some are still watching with hope. If your vision feels misunderstood, don't rush to prove it. Let it mature. And for parents, leaders, mentors, sometimes the greatest gift is not correction, but quiet observation. When Joseph is thrown into the pit, Reuben speaks up. Let's not take his life. This matters because earlier, Reuben failed morally. Now, he chooses restraint. People are not defined by their worst moment. Reuben wasn't perfect, but he was trying. It is said that progress doesn't always look dramatic. Sometimes it looks like choosing less harm than before, and God sees that. Finally, Jacob believes Joseph is dead. His children try to comfort him, but he refuses consolation. I will continue to mourn until I join my son in the grave. This is not a lack of faith. This is love. Healing has a timeline, and it doesn't respond to pressure. Jacob loved deeply, and grief was the cost of that love. So for anyone still carrying loss, this passage gives permission. You can believe God and still weep. You can trust the future and still mourn the past. God does not rush grief. He walks through it. The whispers of today should teach us that becoming better isn't about perfection. It's about remembrance, correction, patience, diligence, courage, and honesty. God is working, even when families are messy, even when growth is slow, even when pain feels unresolved. As this new year unfolds, it's amazing that we are on the 24th day already. May you build your pillars, guard your integrity, release what isn't yours, stay faithful in small things, protect emerging dreams, choose growth over harm, and give yourself grace where healing takes time. Because God is still writing the story. Were you blessed today? Praise the Lord. Kindly invite others to listen to, like, and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to read up and watch out for tomorrow's whispers. Thank you.